ॐ नमः श्रीयतिराजाय विवेकानन्दसूरये सच्चित्सुखस्वरूपाय स्वामिने तापहारिणे। Jai to Swami Vivekananda. Today is the auspicious Janmatithi of Swami Vivekananda. Today, according to the lunisolar calendar, we, the devotees of Ramakrishna Math and Mission, are celebrating the auspicious Janmatithi or birth anniversary, rather the Tithi. This is the most appropriate word of Swami Vivekananda. As I was reading this book, Lectures from Colombo to Almora, I have come across this beautiful excerpt on fearlessness or Abhi, which Swamiji has always reiterated upon, and it's his favorite word. And he has given a clarion call to the younger generation of all times with the words, "Arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached," which is Uttishtata Jagrata Prapya Varan Nibodhata. And this is from the Upanishads. And in his own words, he has given this clarion call to the youth of our country and also the youth from all over the world. The responsibility of the entire nation as well as the whole world lies on the youth. And this is what Swami Vivekananda used to think and conveyed to all of us. Now, fearlessness. What Swamiji says, if there is one word that you find coming out like a bomb from the Upanishads, bursting like a bombshell upon masses of ignorance, it is the word fearlessness. And the only religion that ought to be taught is the religion of fearlessness. Either in this world or in the world of religion, it is true that fear is the sure cause of degradation and sin. It is fear that brings misery, fear that brings death, fear that breeds evil. And what causes fear? Ignorance of our own nature. Each of us is heir apparent to the Emperor of Emperors. We are of the substance of God Himself. Nay, according to the Advaita, we are God Himself. Though we have forgotten our nature in thinking of ourselves as little men, we have fallen from that nature and thus makes differences. I am a little better than you, or you than I, and so on. The idea of oneness is the great lesson India has to give. And mark you, when this is understood, it changes the whole aspect of things, because you look at the world through other eyes than you have been doing before. Now, struggle for survival is Darwin's theory. In the gross world, everyone is struggling for survival, and it is always survival of the fittest. But from a spiritual point of view, every soul, whoever is engaging into any struggle for evolution, is a survivor and is successful. Only one has to cultivate fearlessness, because every soul by nature is fearless. It does not know the attribute of fear because it's pure energy form. But when we take up human bodies, we develop this negative attribute of fear and we forget our true nature of fearlessness. We forget that we need not have to fear anyone, and we forget how to confront the evils of our mind which don't let us progress on the path of self-evolution. So now I will ask my daughter, who is a young software professional and also a devotee of the Ramakrishna order like me, to say a few words about fearlessness. She is going to narrate a story from Swamiji's life which conveys the message of fearlessness. And she had participated in an online event on National Youth Day, that is Swamiji's birthday as per English calendar, on 12th of January, and she had narrated this well-known incident from Swamiji's life which conveys the message of fearlessness. So I will call upon her to narrate this incident to all of you.
So Swamiji was in Kashi those days. While he was coming back from a temple, he happened to take a narrow lane, where on one side there was a water tank and on the other side there was a tall wall. And on that tall wall there was a troop of monkeys who, on seeing Swamiji, started screaming and screeching at him. Swamiji got scared and he decided to take the opposite direction, and he started marching in that opposite direction. But the monkeys did not stop there. They started chasing Swamiji, and Swamiji started running. And just when one monkey from the troop was about to bite Swamiji, there was an old man who was passing by, and he exclaimed at Swamiji and said something similar. Face your fear. So these words hit like a wave of courage to Swamiji. And Swamiji turned around and looked at the monkeys. Much to his surprise, the monkey also got frightened and fled away. So these three words, that face your fears, is the brilliant lesson that this story teaches us. And I would like to thank my mother for helping me face my fears, my fear of procrastinating, my fear of being lazy, my fear of putting things on the back burner. And she has been guiding me throughout to manage my time, to manage both my office and my passion, which is video editing, graphics designing. So all of this, I think it's easy to run away in difficult times and escape your problems. But as Swamiji said, one must always face the situations and take appropriate decisions. It's not necessary that you will always be lucky, but eventually you will become a stronger person. And that's the story that Swamiji used to narrate a lot, and we thought that we must share this story with you as well. Hari Om Tat Sat, Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.